The whole entire planet is starting to wake up, and what that means is we're all becoming more self-aware. And so it's so important to understand the knowledge of our desires, our values, our strengths, and our weaknesses. It's going to be important that we really learn who we are at the core of our being. And that is going to take time in order for us to really pay attention to our thoughts, our feelings, our habits, and our emotions, especially because we've separated from those. And about rebuilding, restructuring, and recreating new healthy habits. It's going to help take us into the next level of who it is we came here to be. Hello, fellow flames. In case we haven't met, my name is Dr. Harmony, and I will help you live fearless, live loved, and live free. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back. Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you know when all my videos and content come live. And welcome to today's Self-Love Makeover Part 3. If you missed last week, for the self-worth, make sure to check that out in the links below or in a card above. So today we're going to be focusing on 4 ways for you to be able to gain and cultivate more self-awareness. One of the first and probably most important ways that you can gain more awareness about yourself is to remind yourself that you are unique. It will be impossible for you to love yourself if you can't and don't acknowledge the parts of you, good and bad, and can't come into some form of a radical acceptance, radical forgiveness, step into gratitude, and learn how to gracefully embrace this journey as you're continuing to let go of who you've been, learning to love who you are, and then moving forward with each new phase of a new part of you. And in that process, you have to learn how to let go of this continuous death and rebirth cycle that is going to be a part of your self-love journey of learning how to each layer and each level that you go higher, it takes you deeper within yourself. And so I've mentioned several things that you can do in order to be able to gain more self-worth in that last video I did. So make sure to check out the link above or below to get plugged into that. But you are amazing. And you need to really come into the place of I am unique. I am worthy. I came here to express who I am at the core of my being. And I need to stop looking outside of myself in order to be able to connect to more of who I am on the inside. It's about loving that truth, loving and accepting the sides of yourself that you have personally separated from, that all your mirrors and your twin flame are triggering within you for you to discover the aspects of you. And that's one of the reasons why this is so important for me to share with you these 6 aspects for you to collect within yourself, because until you become whole and complete and connected and be able to step forward in all of who you are, then you cannot by no means love who you are if you don't know who you are. The second way to create more self-awareness is to count your blessings, to start focusing on all the positive aspects, all the positive sides of yourself. And that's going to help you be able to cultivate self-love from a place that you are looking forward into a place that you're no longer comparing yourself with who you've been or other people. This is going to be so important, because if you can continue to focus on what is missing in your life and you can't start being grateful for where you are and the blessings that are showing up, then you're going to always be focusing on what's missing. And it's so important to focus on what you have and the blessings in that. And the more you step forward in not separating from the fact that what you want or you desire is not present, and you can begin to step into that you are fulfilled, that you are loved, that you are love, and that you have what you need, only then will you get more of what you want, because what you resist persists, or what you focus on expands. And if you're focusing on what's missing, then you're going to continue to go down the negative cycle of separating yourself from what it is that you're truly worthy of having. So make a list of your skills, your abilities, your spiritual gifts, and be focusing on all the positive sides of yourself and all the positive aspects of who you are. This is going to remind you of just how amazing you are and how many blessings that you have. And this is going to help you learn how to love where you are in this moment, and that's going to bring more of the things you want into your life that you love going forward. The third way that you can build self-awareness is for you to begin to talk positively to yourself. And I'm laughing at this because as I go through this process, there's some new aspects to some of the things I'm doing within myself that as I'm recording this video, I've been laughing and joking because Julian is starting to edit my videos and I'm leaving him these funny notes because I'm creating more self-awareness within myself as I go through this process. And I was leaving a message in kind of like a negative self-talk, but as a joke, but reminding myself that I need to talk positive to myself and focus on how positive the skills I have. And so I'm really kind of laughing here because I'm demonstrating within myself as I laugh the exact thing I'm teaching here. And so what's important about that, I think, is being able to laugh at ourselves, being able to acknowledge those flaws. So I'm learning new ways to create the videos. I'm learning new ways for me to be able to move forward in a way that creates space in my life. And in doing that, in the awareness within myself, I'm seeing some of my flaws kind of come to the surface that I could be looking at it and viewing as I kind of did a while ago, back to when I started my videos, and be like, normally it's not this choppy, or I don't like get lost or like what's going on, but it's like I know he's going to be watching me. So in the process of that, it was like, oh my God, like nobody ever watches me during the edits of these videos. And so I had some negative self-talk going on as I was about to talk about positive self-talk. So I think being able to be open, raw, real, authentic, and being able to express these things from a place of we see them, but we're not really judging them, that we can laugh at ourselves. This is one way that we can begin to love ourselves through the positivity of these sides of ourselves, that we are human. We're going to make some mistakes. And, you know, of course, positive affirmations are a great way for us to combat these negative thoughts or negative self-talk. It's one of the things that we've been taught for a long time. But I think as we move forward into the new ways, we really got to get real and authentic and express who we are and our openness, our rawness, our realness, and our vulnerability from a place we need to tap into those sides of ourselves. We need to connect to those sides of ourselves. And then we need to express those sides of ourselves in a positive way and share that with others, then show them that it's okay to make mistakes and that we can view that as a positive side of ourselves and not just the negative side. So as we become more self-aware, it's going to be more important than ever that we focus on the self-care that we need. And chances are, if you're struggling with self-love, you're not taking care of yourself, or at least not that well. So these things go hand in hand between a combination of the self-love and the self-care. So it's going to be so important that you put in a daily practice of this self-care. And that is why I've put this series together. And that is why that I've created that Self-Love is Not Selfish handbook, guidebook for you that you can get plugged into below. And as well as the Self-Love Makeover that you can sign up for, that's going to give you 10 days of tips, tools, and techniques for free in order for you to be able to make more of a connection to yourself, make more of a connection to these awarenesses, make more of a connection to the ability that you're taking time for you and you're not making apologies for it. This is going to help you create better habits so that you will then, over time, you're going to actually create more time as you let go of these things that aren't serving you. And that's going to open up the time for you to have the space to be able to see and focus forward into the new positive ways of healthy habits and exercising, and even down to getting enough sleep. It's so important that we really value who we are from a sense of love. And, you know, I know for me, when it comes to the sleeping thing, I've had a sleeping thing going on my whole life, basically. I used to be afraid that I would burn up while I was sleeping, and it has to do with the past life of being burned at the stake and also being burned in a house. And I was afraid that our house would burn while I was sleeping and I would burn up. And I, as a child, did not sleep. That is something that got ingrained and programmed in me. And so now I've been working to eliminate that or to restructure that. And when I had COVID, it affected the sleeping pattern, the habit where I didn't get sleep for 10 days. So I've been going through this repatterning the trauma of this physical connection within our souls and our bodies and our memory templates that hold on to these memories. And so for me, a part of the self-care is about really focusing on that sleep is like so much of a priority in my life, and how, creating wind down time. And one of the things I'm working on is to stop being busy at certain times of night. I won't say I'm perfect at it, but I'm aware of where I need to work on that. And I think that's key in this, is that it's not about being perfect in any of this or any one of these things. It's about knowing, like I said before, our strengths and our weaknesses, and being aware of these weaknesses allows us to know where to put our focus so we can grow within those things and not sabotage ourselves because we are still maybe practicing some of the old patterns or habits. That it takes time to get from where you're at to where you want to be in this process. And we need to care and love ourselves and accept ourselves in the process of this transition as we go from where we've been to where we're going to be, and who we've been to who we are becoming. So these are just a few ways that you can implement into your practice of self-love and self-care to become more self-aware. And so make sure to let me know any self-awareness tips that you have that work for you, that reflections you're seeing through your process and your journey. And I look forward to seeing you in the next part of this series. And make sure, like I said, to get plugged into that self-care makeover if you've not already done so. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. And don't forget to like, comment, and share the shine. May you always face your fears, find freedom, and glow forward on fire. Namaste.